Here's the new beginnings. Here's the new beginnings. The pull up so independent. We pull up so independent.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Sloan Blueprint. I am your co-host, Nicole Sloan.
And I'm Eric Sloan.
And we are so excited that you've joined us again on today. We are, of course, in season 2 right now, so we are excited to bring more new and exciting content. Yep. As we said, we're going to have some more guests and just some fun stuff to share.
Absolutely. So today you have us. Mm-hmm. We're back alone, just two.
I seen you dance.
That works for me.
But yeah, how was your week?
Pretty eventful.
Not that I know a good bit about your week since I'm with you probably 90% of the time.
Eventful, productive. Have some new initiatives going on as far as the business, and excited about that. Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. I guess we can showcase or discuss it a little bit later, but more to come.
Right, more to come. Being productive, blessed and productive.
How about yours?
It was great. Still just moving right along. You got multiple irons in the fire with hardly any sleep. So if y'all see me like this today, one eye open and one eye closed, that's what that means. Well,
that's actually a good segue into what we're going to be talking about today as it relates to MYTHBUSTERS and MYTHBUSTERS as it relates to entrepreneurship.
We are the MYTHBUSTERS. MYTHBUSTERS as in Ghostbusters.
And I guess one of the myths is once you start your own business, I guess most people think that, there is freedom in schedule, but when you first start, it is certainly not that, because sometimes you're burning the midnight oil where you're working, if you have another business, or not another business, but if you're working a 9 to 5 and then you're doing it part-time, you're working a 9 to 5, then in the evening, then you're grinding and staying up all night. And then also if you have your own business, whether or not you're a solopreneur or whatever it may be, you're working all days and then you're doing everything. So then you become the bookkeeper, you become the accountant, you become customer service, so you're everything. So again, as you said, it's not for the faint at heart, but understand that there's going to be some work involved. So that's just one myth that I think that we can dispel as it relates to having the freedom of schedule initially. Now, once you get your processes and some other things down pat, then you can offload some of that work to other people.
Right. But initially you're building. So as you're building, you don't necessarily have a team to rely on or depend upon. So you have to be, you have to plan, and as you plan, you're planning your schedule. But like you said, you have freedom to a certain degree, but you can't let that freedom you can't go crazy with it either, because because if you waste time, then you lose time.
Ooh, I like that.
You waste time, you lose time. Also, I think another myth is you need a brand new product or service to succeed in business. I know you got a lot to say about that. But you don't. You don't need a brand new product or service. There are so many other entrepreneurs and companies and businesses and the like that may be doing what you're interested in doing, and you may be the one to refine it, or to improve it or make it better.
Absolutely.
Collaborate with others to,
That is key, the collaboration aspect of it. But sometimes if you have a brand new product and you're bringing that to market, of course, a lot of the errors that you may have if you're a programmer or even if anything else or a new product, you're going to have issues with it. So to work through some of those issues, then you may have somebody else that's going to come in and refine it, make it better, make it more efficient. So sometimes that first is not always the best time. It's always allow somebody else to come in, figure out what all the issues are, and then come back and you refine it, then you make it better. Then everybody wants to utilize those particular products. And then as far as from a market standpoint, you don't necessarily have to be the first, but you can also make it better and go from there.
That's right. That's true.
Well, and then next, I guess, If you think about it, I think right now you hear a lot of things about venture capitalists, where other people, you have a particular solution or a product, and then you have to get money from somewhere else in order for your product to be seen or to be utilized or to expand it out. Well, that's a myth because
Sincerely.
you don't have to always. Now, venture capitalist is a good thing if you're able to do that, but that's a process in its own as far as going through the venture capitalist of receiving venture capital.
Right.
Yeah.
As you saying, venture capitalist.
Yeah, sorry.
He like this too today, y'all. Half sleep. But you're right. I think about when we started our business, we did not have a lot of resources. We did not have a lot of capital at all, as so many people may think. We basically started with a hope and a prayer. And I mean some serious faith, because we did not have a lot of money in the bank. We did not have investors, you know. The only investor we had was God. I mean, really, that's all we had. So we had to, I think we told this story back when maybe one of the previous episodes, when we received the Wells Fargo pre-approval. Remember that? The business, what was it, like a line of credit or something?
Yeah.
We got this a letter in the mail, y'all, and we had just gotten started. We were so excited, like, man, we getting ready to go to the bank. We about to get this line of credit, you know. We get there, we sit down, we go through this process with them, and then I think probably at that moment, we got a denial while we were there, and we were looking like, what? But
So of course I was stuck. I was like, well, why did you send this to
Right.
us if we were going to be denied? The letter specifically stated that.
Well, but you know they always put in that
the
fine print for whatever reason. But just to say that, you know, we started basically from nothing. I mean, we literally did, right?
So it's going back to the last one. We
Literally.
started from the bottom.
Now we here, okay? I mean, we literally did. So, great point about not that is a myth. You don't necessarily need a lot of capital. Now, don't get me wrong. You want to save, you know, as you build and grow your business from the jump, if you can. But and just because we say we started on faith doesn't mean we were stupid now. We had to pull some other resources, personal from our personal accounts to do that. But as far as business, no, we started from scratch, basically.
See, and then you talk about faith. So with that, then we get into, I guess, some of the myths as it relates to Christian entrepreneurship. So
Which we are.
Yeah, we do confess that Jesus is our Lord and Savior, so we are Christians. So
You go on, lead them into the sinner's prayer. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but that was good.
well, but I guess dispelling some of those myths as it relates to, I guess, being Christian entrepreneurs, because if you are in faith, then sometimes, you know, they think that you're not supposed to be business minded.
Right.
And I go back to a story. I think we were listening to Pastor Hart Ramsey one time, and he was telling a story as far as, because he travels, so he was talking about a story about when he was getting a helicopter. So he was going in, and he had a team of individuals that knew the helicopter market, knew how much it was supposed to be. So he was going into the shop and negotiating, and they were trying to offer a higher price than what the market was for. So of course he's negotiating back and forth, and then I guess the salesperson was a little perturbed because he wouldn't budge on the price. I'm like, oh no, right here. This is, well, you're supposed to be a Christian. Well, what does that have to do with having business acumen, understanding what the market is, and knowing your stuff?
Right.
So,
and as Christians, the thing is we desire to be kind and fair in business, and we are supposed to integral in business. However, even when it comes to on the flip side of that, just hiring anybody that needs a job. Everybody don't want to work, y'all. I mean, and especially now in this economy, I digress. Folks don't want to work. And so we have to remember what our main goal is for our businesses. While we want to empower, while we want to stimulate the economy, we still got to provide for our family. I know y'all can look at me and tell I like to eat. I like to eat
Really?
and shop and all of that and travel, you know. But really, so and then for us, our goal is to make a kingdom impact. We're kingdom businesses. That's for us now. That's for us. And so you just can't hire anybody and everybody. Everybody won't be a good fit for your company. You've got to be mindful of who you put on your team. You got to have people that are like-minded, that want to go in the same direction as you want to go. And I don't know about y'all, but we're trying to go higher.
And then it goes to, if you're looking at it from the spiritual standpoint, sometimes they have an issue with, if you're a faith-based company or a Christian company, sometimes you have to lay people off.
Fire, terminate, bye. Yes, I am the Terminator. This one right here, he's a nice one. And I'm nice, but he's more easygoing. He kind of, you know, he'll give people 20, 30 chances. Yeah, and while I agree with giving people chances because I know I needed a chance, but I guess it's just that drive in me. I've always been real goal oriented, and I don't give up, and I push and press, even like this today. You know, so that's right. That is definitely a myth. We're forgiving, but in business, our goal is to be what? Productive.
Very productive.
We're trying to. That's the goal.
Well, productive and profitable.
And profitable.
Because I think sometimes it makes no sense to be in business if you're not making a profit. Then if you're just in business just to be in business, then you're essentially doing it as a hobby. So we don't want to do this as a hobby. We definitely want to have good people on our team, have a good product, and then I figure if we do all of that, then our customer's happy, our team is happy, and if both of them are happy, then we're typically happy.
Right. And sometimes, you know, you can provide all the training in the world. You can be just as nice and kind and, you know, but some folks just have the wrong attitude. You know, they consistently just fail to meet goals. You know, they aren't doing their job for whatever the reason is. And so at that point, it's in our best interest to, you know, we'll agree to disagree. We love you. We forgive you. You hope you forgive us for what we're about to do. But, you know, that's just being business minded. It's not, yes, we are Christians, but God, we've got to have some balance there.
Correct.
You know?
Well, and then it becomes a situation where some people, when they feel like you're a Christian, they take your kindness for a weakness.
All the time.
And that is something I guess we can dispel as far as from a myth aspect of it. Well, it's a difference in being humble and being meek, but don't allow the meekness be classified as a weakness.
Don't try to push me over now.
But you say you ain't a killer, but don't push
I
me.
ain't a killer, but don't push me. Okay, just saying. But jokingly, but for real. When keeping it real goes wrong. But yes, because we operate in treating people the way we want to be treated. So, you know, I do kind of take it to heart, and I have to ask God to continue to work on me in that spot, because there are people that try to take advantage just because they know we are givers. We are givers by nature. That is our nature, because we are kingdom businesses. But folks will try to take you there now.
Correct.
And that's why you have to ask God to, you know, bring me back down, Jesus.
Well, and then I guess there's another myth in there as far as from maybe Christian entrepreneurship that you're not supposed to be ambitious.
Let God do all the work.
Yeah.
Let the word do the work. Well, you better move your feet. Man, don't work, don't what?
Don't eat.
Okay, then. Woman too. Children. We need to put everybody to work. But yes.
And we literally do.
Yeah. Faith without works is dead. We say that all the time. Faith without works is dead. God can do his part. He can open doors for us. But if we're not doing anything, why should we expect God to do anything? You got to put feet on your faith, right?
And it goes to saying, if you just come out and say, oh, I want $1 million.
Yeah.
Well, God hears you.
I won't.
But what work are you doing? What sacrifices are you making?
Right.
Well, and not only for your business, but what sacrifices are you making for him? Because you have to give time and meditation to Him, and make sure that you're seeking the Word and know the Word. So then when certain situations come up, then you're not, operating in your flesh, I should say, because it's you can easily fall back into old ways and fall into your flesh and say some things that you probably shouldn't say. So I guess dispelling that myth.
Help us, Lord. And a lot of people miss out on great opportunities because they won't do the necessary work to prepare in being that ambitious part, preparing or pursuing the opportunity that God has for you. Again, feet on your faith. You got to move. You got to just do it.
Welcome to Nicole Sloan Realty, where we specialize in residential and commercial real estate services. If you are in the market for real estate, please contact me or one of my team members, and we will be happy to assist. We can be reached at 334-356-4288 or visit us at 8148 Old Federal Road in Montgomery. We strive to provide you excellent customer service and a luxury experience, no matter the cost.
Again, feet on your faith. You got to move. You got to just do it. You got to move something. Bust a move. Right?
That's one of those things that I think we keep going back to, no matter what we're doing, just do it.
Right. Right. And then made me think about this too. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Okay.
Very few.
Very few.
Well, next, I guess we can carry into the giving away or the giving aspect, because we are givers, as you mentioned earlier, but you're not going to essentially give everything away, even though you may be profitable and your business is doing well, and you're going to give back, and we're going to give back to the community, which we do. But I guess the assumption is you have to do it. And I think probably from a myth,
you have to give everything away.
Yeah, correct. No, I don't see it that way, and I'm sure, because of course we're givers anyway, so we're going to give away, and we're definitely going to give back to the community. But when it becomes a perception that you're going to give everything, well, you got this, so you're supposed to do this, or you're supposed to do that.
People feel entitled. Go on, I'm sorry.
I like that.
Oh, Lord. That like takes me on a whole different side. People feel entitled because they feel if they think you have a certain thing, or if they see you with something, and they feel like you're successful, they feel entitled that you're supposed to. You don't have to give everything away. Like you said, naturally generous. However, we shouldn't undermine the value of the products and the services that we offer in our businesses either. Discounts. Folks always want a discount. And I like discounts, don't get me wrong. I like sales. He like for me to like sales too.
I sure do.
However, don't expect your friends and your family, and anybody for that matter, to always just have to give you a discount. Folks have families to provide for, and so I just, I do take offense to that sometimes. And like I said, God, it's out of there. It ain't where he working on me. But too many Christians like us, we feel obligated to give that discount or the hookup. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the hookup, right? Hook people up.
See, that's taking me back, because the era we grew up, that was Master P. I got the hookup. Holla if you hear me.
Showing your age too. Go ahead.
Hey, that's all right.
But if you constantly give everything away, you never make any money. You will not make a profit. And so, if you don't make a profit, then what? You can't pay your bills, pay your telephone bill, pay your automobile.
There you go. Yeah, you're talking about me.
I don't care.
Can you pay my bill?
And then you can't achieve the desires that God has for you for your business.
Correct.
Or your businesses. That's just very important.
Yeah, because it's certainly about profit. If you, again, not to belittle that point, but if you're not making a profit in business, then technically you're not in business.
You're not.
It's a hobby.
It's a hobby. You just lollygagging along every day. I'm in business because it sounds good, and that's where a lot of people are. It sounds good, but being in business is a lot of responsibility. But that's another subject.
Yeah.
We'll hit on that later.
So then I guess another thing is having too much wealth.
Oh, goodness.
So
I'm sorry. I rolled my eyes. I felt it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I guess I'm from the standpoint, is there ever such a thing as having too much wealth?
Because I know what my Bible says, and it's in mine. This is what I read now, me personally. God wants us to live exceedingly abundantly above all we could ever ask or think. That's what my Bible says. Now, I don't know what y'all says, but that's what it says. Does yours say that?
It does.
Okay.
But it also says leave an inheritance for your children's children's children. So when you start talking about too much wealth, in order for you to leave an inheritance for your children, but then it just say your children, said your children's children. Then it goes further to say your children's children's
I'm going to
children.
think on that. No, I'm just they might have done do the right thing. No, okay. But, you know, and when you say that, some people say, well, being wealthy makes you prideful, you know. But no, being wealthy doesn't lead to pride. It's just when people don't understand God's purpose for making you wealthy. People always get this saying misconstrued. Money is the root of all evil. No, it is not. The love of money is the root of all evil. You know, that's all people say that all the time.
Yep.
Money is the root of all. No, it is not.
Well, then with that, sometimes I guess money only, or when somebody receives money, it brings out something in them anyway. So something that was already in you. So if you're a crook, when you get money, then you're going to be a crook with money. If you,
unless you get saved, then you're a saved ex-crook with money. Oh, you said a crook with money.
same thing, if you don't have integrity.
Yeah.
You know, so if you get money, then guess what? You're still not going to have any integrity. So it just heightens some of those things as it relates.
It does.
So
I'm sorry, that was funny when you said a crook. You got me with that one. But that's why it's important for us as Christian entrepreneurs to not only do what God wants us to do, but also seek Him for why He wants us to start the business.
I like that. Because He will give you a vision. He will give you, I guess, an inclination as far as what you should be doing. Now, of course, we're not always going to do what He says or what He's called us to do, because in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, is he really talking to me? Did He really give me that? And then some of those fears start coming in and start making you doubt
Right.
Some of those things.
Right,
So.
right. And then, you know, I thought about this too, when it comes to the myth of you shouldn't have too much wealth. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have to, we're supposed to be good stewards. God requires us to be good stewards over what we have. However, if you're a good steward over what you have, don't allow anybody to make you feel guilty about what God has blessed you with. People will try to make you feel guilty. I remember this when I was research. I got my dream car. I'm just telling y'all that because I do. But before I got it, I was like, oh man, should I get it or should I not? What are people gonna say? What are people gonna think? You know, that was in the back of my mind. But because people will try to make you feel guilty. However, those same people, if they could go and get the same exact thing, guess what they would do? If they were able to, they would do it. I just believe that. I believe that wholeheartedly.
So, you know, we had that conversation quite a bit as far as getting it. And me, I'm not overly concerned about what other people think most of the time.
Right.
Or I would say probably 99% of the time. I'm like, well, you're going to do what you're going to do regardless. You're going to drive what you drive. You're going to stay where you stay. You're going to buy what you buy. And if you like it, cool. If you don't like it, I didn't get it for you.
Right.
It was for me or for my wife or for myself or for my children in order to allow them to see that there is something better that's out there. So.
Yeah, I think I saw a meme the other day, and I'll say this, and I'm sorry, going into this, because this one not like this one, but I think I saw a meme the other day that said something like, the next time you think about or worry about people when you, let's say, buy a certain thing or do whatever, spend your money, however you spend it, then you just reflect on or think, or I guess you have to, reflect on, well, are they helping you do it? You know, how much money are they putting in your pocket? How much are they doing for you? You know, what have you done for me lately?
And how much are they impacting?
I don't know if I said that, but you get, maybe y'all get my drift.
We get the point. And how much are they impacting what you're doing?
Right.
So they may not be a customer, they may not be a friend, they may just be just anybody.
Right. And so the main thing is, as long as you keep your heart right, your heart is in line with God, keep your motives pure. So when He does allow you to prosper and succeed, you can enjoy it, but you'll stay on track. That heart thing, you know, you won't be out of line thinking, because we don't want to think that we did this all on our own. We know this, and we know personally that it's all God. And so I think just remaining focused on the reason why God allowed us to be where we are today, because we've been in the struggle. We've been there. We know what it means to struggle. We know what it means, or we know, firsthand, what lack is.
Right. I say not getting into too much, but we understand payday loans.
And y'all taking out payday loans, and folks charge you what, 200, 300% interest?
Oh my God.
But you know, at the time, that's where our mindset, we had not grown and matured, and then we were struggling. So we figured, Lord, we got to do something, but we really weren't trusting Him. We were trusting what we could do on our own. And so when we finally realized that when we put all of our faith and trust in God, then He said, okay, y'all ain't got to go there no more.
I say putting our faith.
I'll make you the lender and not the borrower.
Absolutely. Putting our faith, and then also putting our tithes. I think when we start doing that, dispelling that myth as well, once you start tithing and doing it the Lord's way, then He will give into you.
Press down, shake it.
Press down, shake it together.
And running over. Shall men give unto your bosom? We know that one.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess with that, don't be afraid to tithe. Dispel that myth altogether, because I guarantee you, I'm telling you, once we started tithing, it just took us to another level. And consistently tithing, not just doing it one time.
That's right.
But consistently
Not just when you feel like it. But that's us now. There's personal stuff that we do. But I think we have probably dispelled a lot of myths. The MYTHBUSTERs. Who are you gonna call?
MYTHBUSTERs.
We so corny. But hey, thank y'all for tuning in and listening to our insight and knowledge about this, busting these myths as you start or your business, as you grow your businesses. Tell them how to order. Look about Boss Times 2 and all that. I'm gonna let you do that.
So, Boss Times 2 is out. You can order now. You can go to the Sloan Blueprint. You can continue to follow us on all social media platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, as we always say, all of them.
All of them. And don't forget to go to wearethesloans.com. Did you mention that? Wearethesloans.com.
I think I ran through it.
Okay, that's good.
My bad.
Make sure you order your Boss Times 2 merchandise, y'all. We are so excited to be able to share it with you. Please, please place an order and tell, as we always say, your friends, your pastor, your grandma, your granddad. You know they on Facebook too now, the grandparents too. Tell everybody, your cousins, uncles, and aunts. We are so glad that you joined us today. Stay tuned for more in season 2, more content, more guests. We are excited to bring some great content and just some great things to you. Y'all stay blessed and stay safe.